The reason why people are having a challenge with getting sales is because their coach, their mentor, every piece of advice on how to find customers is dusty. They want you to use these templates of create a customer avatar, the person who would be your ideal buyer for whatever you're promoting, whether it's a product or a service. And the thing is, people find this boring, but you have to do it because, they're in this authority mode where you have to do what they say type shit. The problem with creating a customer avatar is that people will create a customer that cannot be helped. I've seen this in action, and it's absolutely insane, where they'll create an avatar who is so messed up that nothing can help them, which means that person who is creating this avatar is in savior mode. So you're creating the most difficult person ever who you want to buy from you. This is why they're not buying. It's because you're not actually imagining someone you actually know in real life and just writing their character traits down. It's like, if you know someone named John who could use your product or service, write his traits down and talk to him in your content. Don't talk to Jeffrey, who you actually don't know and just plucked out of the thin blue oblivious. So that's number one. Number two, I had a coach, and decent guy, knew a lot of stuff. He was very Dean Graziosi, Alex Hormozy pilled, but he said something in a training once that made me never want to really work with him again. And he said that you have to create a customer. And he wasn't talking about a worksheet for an avatar. He was talking more about how you have to use persuasive and emotionally manipulative tactics to dig into their pain and rub salt in it and then say, here, I have the thing that's going to help you, and have that be your content to get people whipped up in such a tizzy and have them think that you're the one who can solve their issue, which to me is a massive reason why people hate marketing, why they hate sales and don't want to do it. And if they hate sales, they're going to be broke forever. And if they hate marketing, they're going to be broke twice as long, because coaches like that guy, while partially well-meaning, the way they're getting their point across seems very, very dark-hearted. And it was at that moment, I'm like, I don't think I'm going to be working with this guy for much longer. And I had to stop. I haven't talked to him in probably a year, because he was definitely one of those coaches who was coming off as more as an authority and like really kind of milking that role. And it's very off-putting when coaches do that. Even though they present themselves as someone we can go to for help, I honestly have a hard time trusting people who say, yeah, you can come to me for help, because when I have gone to people who say that for help, the first thing they tell me is that I'm overthinking everything, which is just code for they don't have an answer. And I just reminded them that they don't have an answer and that they shouldn't be coaching anyone. You gotta pay attention to what they're saying instead of just taking what they're saying at face value. And the reason why there's so little trust in coaches is because they want you to trust them. They want you to trust them over you learning how to trust yourself. And if you've spent the majority of your life not knowing how to trust yourself because everyone else wanted you to trust them, it takes practice to know how to trust your instincts and your intuition again. And that's just, this is going to sound kind of like it's from therapy, but it is exposure based. The more you expose yourself to these types of dirty, dark-hearted people, the more you will realize that you were right the whole time. And then, just like a video game, you just leveled up. So, as much trepidation and fear that you may have with listening to someone other than yourself, you can also create an echo chamber inside yourself where you will not know what to do. So it's good to dip your toe in the water to get a different perspective, but at the end of the day, still ask yourself, does this make sense? Is this actually helpful? Does it feel like they're just trying to grab my money? Because you're going to know what that feels like instantly. But if you are wanting to leave your 9 to 5, live a life that you enjoy instead of one you're just enduring, you're going to have to go through these moments. There really is no way of dodging it. And until we find a better way, we just keep going.